Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shenanigans. Greg is going to be the DM today, so I'm just going to let him run with everything. Go for it.
All right, awesome. I'm glad to be here. I'm Greg. You've seen me on Hardcore Heroes. I don't need any introductions, but I guess the DM's everybody. I can't introduce any single person. I want to start introductions with a very specific person because I have not yet met Jack, Jill, and La Sombra. So, Rob, why don't you tell us what you're up to, how you're doing, and introduce this crazy character?
All right. Well, I'm good. I'm happy because my daughter is back in town. I was hanging out with my daughter. Everybody got to meet her very briefly there. I'm trying to talk her into joining us for a game sometime to fix Neal's gender problem, which he just seems to not be caring about in 2017.
It's the current year, Neal. Get over it.
They don't have cooties, Neal. We found the cure in the 90s.
They also don't seem to play D&D.
Sure they do. I was in a tabletop group that had like 3 women in it.
So let's keep referring to all women as they. I think that's really helping us here, guys.
Anyway, so my character, because there's a rumor that the DM kills you off sometime around 5th level because you're too powerful to, at that point, to participate in the adventures. I've retired Melissa temporarily. She might be becoming a supervillain, not sure. And brought back out from the depths of time Jack, Jill, and La Sombra. So the story, for those who don't remember way back when this first started, Jack is an elf who has a elven cat named Aristotle. Now, the problem is that Aristotle, the Empress of Cats, is on the run from the Dogfia. And so Jack, in order to help Aristotle in her escape and to avoid the eyes of the Dogfia, masquerades as a human woman named Jill. But when danger looms, Jack becomes La Sombra, the Prince of Thieves.
All right. Very cool. Okay. I'm just going to go around in a clockwise order from you on my screen. So, Ex-Killer Death, what are you up to, and who are you playing?
I am up to absolutely nothing in particular other than finishing Misclick's Pirate Edition, watching it. It was pretty good. And other than that, I am playing Zen, the unblinking wizard who's a little bit crazy with alcohol and setting things on fire.
All right.
So Wednesday for me.
Sounds good. Awesome. Neal, what have you been up to? You had like a day off. My goodness, you have to regale us all.
We went out to Point Arena. It's, I think, the furthest point west in the continental United States and the tallest lighthouse on the western seaboard. It's also the first lighthouse I've ever been to. It was pretty cool. We got to look at some old historical lighthouse-related activities and big old-style mirrors that were really cool and hand-ground and just amazing. And I got to learn how lighthouses actually work, and they're super cool and detailed and interesting, of course.
Wow, so you finally lost your lighthouse virginity.
Yes, I did.
Lighthouse
I climbed that tower eventually.
And you're bringing Artie to the table today?
I am bringing Artie. He is the Gnomish cleric of Ephra, the goddess of inspiration. He's very artistic, but he's not very good at any of the things he's artistic with. And he's kind of a failure as a gnome because he's really terrible at rhyming, which I'm a really good rhymer, so I struggle to get my rhymes poorly enough to play Artie. Yeah, so that's him. He plays upright bass and tuba.
Excellent. We'll move to Max. Tell us what you've been up to, how you're doing, who your character is, and all that fun stuff.
Sure. My name is Max. I used to be on the show Hardcore Heroes, played a dwarf named Morin, everyone's favorite dwarf.
It's not hard.
Unfortunately, he died in like 3 sessions. But yeah, in real life, I go to an esports school. I am in my class as a team here. Well, it's opposite on the cam, but it's team boosted animals. It says, yeah. Well, we played different esport games. The different people in the class, some play League of Legends, some play Counter-Strike, yeah, and Overwatch as well. So yeah, my character that I'm bringing in, same as last time, his name is Maximilian, not my real name, just Maximilian. He got kicked out from the NSA, which is the National Scrying Agency, because he played a prank on the principal. Not good. I think he cast like a phantasmal force or something like that and created some funny illusions. Maybe it was an April Fool's Day that time.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank God we're not on April Fool's Day anymore.
That would have been fun. We should have.
It probably could have been quite fun if I was clever enough to make April Fool's
It would have been
shenanigans.
really fun.
Yeah.
All right, that brings us to Connar. Why don't you tell us what you've been up to and how the Rock's been up to?
All right, so I've been pretty good. This week in Navy Life, they sent my entire section to the dentist, and like 3 people didn't show up, and they got really pissed there. And when they asked why they didn't show up, they're like, well, you guys emailed them a time when they needed to show up, so they aren't showing up until then. And like, well, they need to be here right now so I can hand them their paperwork. And as someone who was there for the whole time, I think I was there probably one of the longest times. They didn't need to be there until they showed up. So that's government efficiency at its finest right there, folks. You get to show up early so you can sit around and do nothing, or in my case, just fall asleep in a waiting room. I have obtained a certain set of skills in the military, and that's how to wait on absolutely nothing for long periods of time. You think it's a joke. You think it's a joke. Other than that, I've been pretty good myself. The Rock, you know, he's been working out to make sure he keeps his spot on the Swole Patrol. Just been dunking as usual. He's a 3rd level fighter, specializes in dunking.
Excellent, excellent. And last but certainly not least of our cast, Eric, who are you? How have you been?
Oh, life's been dandy. Just working on my new miniature for my new real-life tabletop campaign right here. But
Ooh, very nice.
yeah, so I'll be multitasking today. But don't worry, you guys always have my mostly undivided attention. Today I'll be playing my usual heroine, Nana Thurman, the ranger with a whole lot of alcohol issues, as well as, you know, trust issues and a lot of issues. She's been through a lot in life, but she doesn't take no shit from nobody, and is quite the archer. And now that I'm hearing Neal tends to kill people off at level 5, I'm getting kind of worried, because she is, for a ranger to get level 5 into 2nd edition, that's a feat.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. In fact, it's a feat that you can take in 3.5.
Yeah, so now I'm getting worried. I might have to create a new character and put her on ice until, you know, Neal decides to stop killing people at level 5.
That's just a rumor.
Until there's just a town full of level 4.8 characters and shenanigans that never go adventuring anymore.
Maybe if we kill them all, we'll get so much experience, we'll get to level 6, therefore bypassing 5 and thus avoiding the trap.
Oh, that sounds like
Except you can't level up twice.
Don't tell anyone that.
They're sitting there in shenanigans. Can somebody kill that fly for us that's bugging us? Why don't you swat it? No.
All right, so the 5 of you, 6 of you, my goodness, are in shenanigans as always, because what great adventure does not start at the bar? And it is a rather empty day in Shenanigans. You are one of the only groups in the bar. It's a little bit quieter than usual. But you see that despite this, Desmond is more stressed than probably usual. He's running about fairly frantically and is being rather secretive. But there's no seeming reason for it at the start of your drinking session here this lovely morning. What are you guys up to as you sit in this bar?
Artie has his tuba, because he doesn't have an upright bass. He knows how to play one, but he doesn't have one. He's got his tuba set up on the table, and he's cleaning it using some, like a what do you call it? A taxidermied cat's tail to kind of clean out the inside of the tuba.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, you don't want those things getting nasty. You can have a swamp at the bottom of a tuba. It's pretty common. I'm not kidding about that.
A what? At the bottom of the what?
A swamp at the bottom of the tuba. The tuba swamp. It's gnarly. But yeah, this is what Rock's doing, just as usual.
Excellent.
Yeah, I am practicing my illusionary tuba.
And blessedly illusions don't make noise.
Ventriloquism spell. It's an illusion spell, yes. So I'm doing that. So there goes my first level spell already.
Off to a good start, kids.
Off to a good start, yep. That's what I'm doing.
So as your tuba band plays and it swells to a crescendo of boom, eventually a very, very stressed out, you can see red behind the eyes, Desmond finally makes his way to your table. Usually he's much more prompt in service. And he kind of leans into the six of you and says, well, at least you're all familiar faces. It's good to see you all here today. I can't really have you in Shenanigans today. I'm busy. Could I send you on a quest for me instead? Would that be acceptable?
Are you keeping secrets?
Yes! Shh! Don't tell anyone. Wait. Yes.
The fact that you're keeping secrets is a secret?
Yes. Okay, look. Liz is really, really perceptive, okay? Like, hush.
The health inspectors are coming today, aren't they?
I sure hope not.
Oh, you know.
Horsh! When's the health inspector due?
That's the only reason why I'd be freaked out so much right now.
Okay. You're gonna be inquisitive about this.
Could be
I
his
shouldn't tell
mother-in-law.
you anything. But I promise I'll send you on a mission. I'll pay you 100 gold.
You can tell us your secret. I promise we can all keep it.
Yeah, see, I know you six. You've been around here in my bar before. I don't believe that. But here. I'll tell you. But you'll have to leave. Go on a quest for me specifically. I'll pay you for it. It'll be good. You won't be around. Won't ruin anything.
Well, I mean, that never count on that.
I don't know if we can afford to go on a quest for you.
You want more than 100 gold?
No.
Are you bargaining with
We
me?
have no
Yeah.
need for money.
Yeah.
Don't
It's just
worry
that we
about it,
always
honey.
spend more on
Alright,
quests.
he doesn't
than-
get any money. We
Listen
get all
to
of it.
this deal. What you say if you tell us your secret and you don't have to give us money for the quest?
Ooh,
Done.
That's the best.
Wait, what? You just traded away our
Max.
money?
Back.
Deal has been made.
Gold.
All right, guys. Anything we find, we're gonna beat it. Too. I'll grab his legs. I'll hold him up, shake him, and whatever falls out, that's gonna be our payment now. All right?
Protest, I must. This dwarf has done nothing wrong.
No. Little gnome dude, don't worry. You can get something too. I'm pretty sure something like nice and clangy will come out, and you can make that go really well with your tubas.
My tubas do not clang. They
No, of
do not
course
go bang. They go.
Of course your tubas do. Yes, I know what your tuba sounds like. You've been playing it all morning. I'm saying you do that, and then you also have something to clang to go with it. You know, like a percussion section.
Wait. Let me get that tuna spell.
And then you can start like your own little one gnome band thing.
Can you not see this man is in distress? Do
Oh,
you
yeah.
not think to help him would be best? Let
Oh,
us
yeah, I am. I'm
work
just saying.
for him as he
We'll
provides
just
us with
shake
so
that
much
Max afterwards.
shelter.
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll work for Desmond, but we're just gonna shake down Max afterwards.
No.
It's fine. It's all gone. Helter
All right,
skelter.
Cool.
All right.
I'm glad we came to an agreement there.
So here's the deal, guys. It's my anniversary tomorrow, and I'm setting up the biggest surprise you've ever seen. Unfortunately, this requires secrecy. Liz always thinks I forget. I had it tattooed on my wrist this time. But
What if she sees your wrist?
good point. Forrest, bring my invisible ink.
That's
Anyway.
a good one.
What was I saying? Yes, I'm bringing her parents in. This went well last time. We're bringing the marching band. We're bringing everything. There's going to be magic. There's going to be fireworks. I'm bringing a conjurer of cheap tricks, everything you can imagine.
Oh, you can
I'm
hire
doing
me
it
then.
on the down low. DL, you got that? So I
Don't-
can't have
don't
you
worry.
6 doing anything.
Don't worry, I got your back, bros, before hose.
So here's the
Our
deal.
quest is to not do anything.
I can't trust you to not do anything. So I'm going to give you a real quest. I have an old adventuring friend, a thief that was with us for a while. Her name is Brooke Crookley. When we split and I retired, she went to a rather strange place. I couldn't tell you what on earth possessed the woman, but she
A
went
ghost?
to the city of Mass, deep in the Deepwood Swamp. Now, she took with her, I've ascertained rather recently, a string of pink pearl. There is some slight enchantment on it, and I think it would be the perfect gift from our treasurer to my lovely, lovely wife on our anniversary. I will pay you. Actually, I won't. You're doing this for free, according to your dwarven friend. If you will go this day, so you are not here in Shenanigans, you're not giving away my secrets. I'll go deal with those people there later, as he looks to like the one other table in Shenanigans. It says, go to the Deepwood Swamp, find Brooke, get my pearls, come back. If you need to have shenanigans in the city of Mass. They're a strange lot. You all fit right in, I'm sure.
Well
And then
then,
bring my pearls back to me.
off to the
what if,
city of Mass, where I assume it'll be quite a gas.
Yeah, a
I
gas.
hope there's no fallout from this journey to the city of Mass.
Don't worry, Fallout hasn't come out yet.
Boo.
Well, I mean, I could have made it much worse, but we already dropped that bomb, so.
So,
Sounds like a
can I
good
count
deal.
on you guys to not be here today?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Good. Forrest, where's my invisible ink?
I'll wait for Desmond to leave, and then I got a few things to say to the party.
He wanders off.
It sounds like Desmond's in some serious trouble. Perhaps he needs us to stick around to help him with this problem.
Oh, we
He
have to
doesn't
do
want
a
us
quest for him,
around, and I
right?
don't want to piss him off.
Yeah,
Are
I don't
you
want to
sure?
I mean, if you want to piss Desmond off because you didn't follow his instructions, go right ahead. I've always wanted to know what happens, but I'm not about to do that myself. So,
You know, I kind of feel like Desmond always messes these things up with,
oh yeah, he
With
totally
Lizzie-
does. Which is why we got to do this fast.
which so really it would be unfriendly of us to not help him out.
Do we want to be friendly to Desmond or to Lizzie? This one is quite a tizzy. To help Desmond, we should go get the necklace thingy, Ruby. To help Lizzie, we should stick around and clean up after that floozy.
Perhaps we can do both. We can go after the necklace, but we could hire a group of people to put in some extra work to help make the whole event go really well. I hear there's a lot of unemployed kobolds, and we could probably get them pretty cheap and hire them to help with the whole celebration while we're gone.
We're not getting paid at all, and we don't want kobolds to mess things up.
Wow.
I find the assumption that kobolds will mess things up to be racist.
Racist does not mean
It's the
wrong.
racial trait.
Well, good thing Droopy is not here.
Yeah. Droopy and Jill would not get along.
Indeed. By the way, Desmond wasn't specific with the amount of pearls he wants back. He said pearls. So we just given 2 pieces of pearls, and
I
we keep
Pearls
I
and a
think it's an
string.
enchanted item. I don't
Yeah.
think they can be parted. That would be...
That
That would
farted.
be...
That'd be what, Artie? That'd be what?
Shut up.
Don't worry, I get you.
Don't worry, the short get the short.
All right, then. Well, fiddly-do and fiddly-dee, who's going to mass? I guess that'd be we. Let's gather our gear and...
Get out of here.
Yes.
Well then,
Ah, the meter was so off on that one.
let's set off.
All right. So you're setting off from Shenanigans to the Deepwood Swamp in the city of Mass. So this is the plan.
Let's set off.
All right. So you take off from the Berkshire. Are you going to just go right through the West Grove Woods straight into the swamp, or are you going to try to float down the river or take the road to the edge of the Chester and then come back towards the swamp?
Well, we want to take the fastest route, right? So what's the fastest route there?
Where is the city of Mass? I have no idea.
It's in the center of the Deepwood Swamp. Says.
So
Desmond.
it's 26 miles to cut through the forest. It's going to be much longer if we want to go via the waterways.
But wouldn't the waterways be faster?
Maybe, yes.
I mean, the river definitely goes a lot faster than the forest. I mean,
Yes.
the forest ain't moving at all.
This is true.
What's a gnome to do?
I vote we go through the water. I think that'll be much easier, and we won't end up like cannon fodder.
Oh, that's
The
good.
forest could be a complete slaughter.
All in favor of waterways, say aye.
Yeah,
Aye?
aye.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Seems like we agree the forest's way is
dunk
to
my
die.
way through either one.
All right. So
Explain why.
you go to the docks and quickly realize you don't have a boat. I don't think, unless one of you has a boat.
No. But I am quite wealthy. I can afford to rent a boat. As long as it does indeed float.
Excellent.
Tell me, friend Artie, how did you get so wealthy? Oh, you only play in adventures the great run.
I believe my purse is not nearly as big as yours. I think you're overestimating this problem of poverty, of course.
Quick,
All right.
both of you compare purse sizes.
I have
Enough.
81 gold plus 281 silver.
I'd say my purse is bigger, but only because I'm tall. And your purse is smaller, only because it's small. But when you look at the gold within, the amount that I have is, it's hardly a sin.
That doesn't mean you have less. You and your careful words are deceitful at best.
All right. As you guys are finishing your rhyming debate of purse size and height, you arrive at the Berkshire Dock District. There's this fine women's inn on the right-hand side that has been visited many a time before. But the river has been restored from its broken down days and is now full of life here in the district. And sure enough, there's a good amount of boat rentals that you could peruse from. There's a large man named Seymour with a twirled gray mustache that is offering boats for rent by the day.
Is there one with the flames paint job?
Oh, you wish for the one with the flames? Yes, a classic.
It goes the fastest.
Indeed, it must. Anything with flames must go very fast indeed. So there's a matter of deposit.
The red ones are faster.
I don't always get these boats back. If you put down 30 gold for deposit, we will hold that, and when you return the boat, we will give you your 30 gold back. But the price of rental is 2 gold pieces per day.
So be it. Will that come out of the deposit?
If you wish it.
How much does a boat cost?
I do not know.
When it comes to that matter, I'm a bit lost.
I hand him 200 silver and 10 gold pieces.
Okay. He takes it and puts it in a little lockbox. He takes out a little ink quill and asks, whose name shall I put down here for this boat?
Why, that would be me. My name is Artie. And of this party, I am the biggest smarty.
And as he scribbles on his piece of parchment, you see with each pen stroke there is an engraving on the particular chest that matches what he writes on the paper, and your name becomes emblazoned on this locked chest, and he puts it down underneath, and leads you to a large canoe seated for 8, with dragon fire flames painted across the side. And a nice large sail and oars so that you could either use the wind power or you could row yourselves through the river.
That's pretty dope.
It is indeed quite dope, I would say.
I still want to see how much a boat costs.
I don't know. I'll look it up.
Maybe we should just get one.
I'm sure the deposit will be roughly equal to the cost. Anything outside of that would be, well, puzzle me and I would be lost.
A small canoe is 30 GP. So I actually nailed that just by guessing.
Nice.
I mean, I would never guess. Of course I knew exactly the price of my goods.
Yeah,
A war canoe is 50.
Yeah, but a war canoe is really wide.
If you desire a war canoe, I have one. Unfortunately, it lacks the dragon flames, but it has a terrifying figurehead of a gnoll screaming in agony.
Now, tell me, my good friend, where
Neal
is the
voted
city of something in the swamp of Deepwood located?
It's been a long time since anyone's tried to go to that place. If memory serves, my friend, I would say it is in the very center of the swamp. It is, in fact, the only city I know of in the entirety of the swamp. They're an odd people indeed.
I hear wealth is quite common there.
You hear wealth is quite common there?
Yes.
I hear many strange things about the people there. They're all masked at all times. It seems they won't let anyone in without one.
Oh, don't they trade with the outside world?
Not very often. It is rare indeed you hear of anyone from there, but perhaps their customs do not extend outside their city walls. I am uncertain.
You know, if we pooled our money, we could get the
So we need
river-going
some masks.
equivalent of the party wagon.
I have this, he says, pulling out this weird goblin mask that he has on his character sheet. I'm not sure what the hell this does, though. I think this is from when Bastion ran a campaign and gave everyone super broken magic items.
if I remember correctly, that is the mask of like goblin empathy. You have a chance to polymorph into a goblin, and then you like understand the pain of goblin kind.
You know what? Hold
I
on.
don't-
I think that's on Butch's
Yeah, you
character
might-
sheet.
I think
not
you're just.
Artie's.
I don't know if I'm comfortable with this whole idea of dressing up as someone else and pretending to be them when you're not.
Yeah. No, sorry, I don't even have that mask.
It
That's
is
on
a
my
very
other
odd
character.
thing.
Just-
Why would anyone want to be anyone other than themselves?
So
I
to
just
get
killed
inside
it.
this city, we must disguise ourselves? Is that what you're telling us?
No, I think we just need a map.
I've
Should we go as elves?
Well, that'd be a little hard.
I've never been myself. I can only tell you stories I've heard from people that visit Berkshire via the waterways. It seems that they require masking yourself, but people have come and gone without masks of their own. Perhaps they provide. I do not know.
Perhaps before we go, we should get a big bolt of cloth. That way, if they require us to have our own masks, it won't all be law.
What?
Is that a word?
Well, I have a bearded friend of mine who sells bolts of cloth if you wish to purchase them.
Do we know of a mask seller anywhere to buy masks in town?
We can fashion our own. We don't need to pay another for our labor. Here, hand me that saber. I will make you a mask of cloth, and it will be great. Just you sit there and wait. And I will...
So do I know of anywhere to get a real mask?
Alright, Artie is going to play a song of his people to try and inspire you, because he's the cleric of the goddess of inspiration, to make your own mask.
Oh, please do. Can we get a little snippet of this rendition?
Sure. So he's gonna take his tuba out onto the boat, plop it down in the middle, and start to kind of rock the boat back and forth to get like a sloshing beat, and then go... And hopefully that will inspire you. Make a charisma check here to make your
feels
own
like
mask.
it should have some words.
I mean, it's
Well, I
hard to have
can't
words when you're
sing
blowing
while I
your-
tuba, you know.
Well, actually,
Maybe like something about masked crusaders working overtime, fighting crime.
I don't know if you guys saw that, but I just rolled a 34 on my inspiration check.
Ooh.
Damn.
Everyone around you, like in the docks, turns to look at your performance as you're sloshing the boat and rocking out on your tuba. Even the mustachioed gentleman stops twirling his mustache for a moment and stares in quite respect of your song. And as you finish, and the boat continues to rock, and you just pull the tuba from your lips, the whole dock district gives you a "Oh, good job, little gnome! What a rousing rendition!"
Thank you, thank you.
After that, I also tried to do it. Oh wait, damn, my spell ran out.
They look at you and they're like, "Dwarves."
Oh.
I'm
Wait,
human.
yeah. Max isn't a human. Max
I know.
isn't a dwarf.
I know. I'm. That was a meta joke.
Okay.
I see.
All right.
So you asked about a mask seller. You don't know of anyone that specifically sells a mask. However, if you remember, Bernie, the wig salesman, does exist, and perhaps he could fashion some kind of mask for you.
Well, I think after that performance check, I have to make my own.
yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Very true.
Was it just inspiring Zen or all of us?
Oh, everybody.
Everybody? All right.
Everyone that I can.
There's only one proper mask I can make. Mask of Michael Jordan.
Mask of Michael Jordan?
Yeah. Come on and slam.
So, do you?
This is my
I have a question for you.
Wait.
Do you stop what you're doing, Rock, and then just immediately begin trying to carve Michael Jordan into something?
No, but I like start forming the idea and it's like, oh yeah, that's what I gotta do. Like at the very least, throughout the whole journey, that's what I'm working on.
Okay. Okay.
Like, I'm definitely not dropping what I'm doing, but like I'm just like kind of spacing out every now and then. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
Uncle Mike would like this.
It's like one of my only characters that's not also a tailor. How did I overlook that?
Seriously though, how did you overlook that?
Dear.
All right. So
Well, I
the
guess
performance is
Zen
done.
gets
You
to
all feel
work.
great inspiration welling up in your chests that you have this innate ability to make masks. You have purchased or you have rented a boat for a number of days. What do you do?
Well, let's.
I suppose we start going down the river after buying some cloth.
I'm gonna buy a couple
and
of days
then
of
start making
rations,
masks
actually.
or whatever.
I don't starve to death.
Okay.
So the town named Mass or Mask?
It was referred to as the City of Masks.
Oh, I think you said Mass.
I thought it was
Same here.
Mass 2 at first. Like
It's like,
everyone's
all right,
always
guys,
praying.
now.
Okay.
No, I thought it was going to be like Fallout, Bill.
I would just go to mass.
How long will the journey take?
Yeah, that seemed pretty rad.
Yeah, I was looking forward to giant scorpions.
Next time.
I wasn't.
Is there room on this canoe
Please
for
no.
my donkey?
It is an 8-seat canoe because they don't make odd cedar canoes. So potentially you could put your father in.
No.
one-
That's a different character. This character also has a donkey.
Oh, that's right. You could put your donkey in one of the seats.
Cool. My donkey's name
Guys,
is
we
Orange.
could.
That'd be pretty difficult though. Like
Well-
logistically.
Yeah, what if we got a raft or small keelboat for 100 gold, and that could be like the new party wagon. We just have our own keelboat.
I do have a keelboat available. It is as you say.
It does
And then you could bring a donkey on the keelboat.
I can't bring a donkey on a canoe?
I mean, think of it, Neal. Donkeys already don't like boats.
Say that again and think about it, Neal.
Yeah.
Come
It
on,
could sit.
guys.
I can sit on the canoe. It's a
How did you
well-trained
think
donkey.
about-
get it? How did
Think
you
about
get it to
every
sit?
scene you've ever seen where somebody tries to get onto the canoe and people are like, no, 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 and then they tip the canoe over.
Or anything large.
Think about every.
Neil, go get a canoe and try to get a horse or a donkey onto it, and then
I
we'll
think I
talk.
could make it work. All right.
I think that'd make a great Twitch stream. Just watching
Yeah.
Neil put a donkey on a canoe.
Yeah.
You know what, Neal? How about this? You stream yourself doing that, like putting an actual donkey on an actual canoe. You do that.
All right. Well, fine.
And see how it
Do we,
works.
if we need
Screw
about
the staying awake for 100 hours. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Donkeys and canoes. That's the thing.
High entertainment.
So, are we trying to buy a boat instead
That's
of rent this
viral
canoe?
shit right there.
Is that what we're trying to do here?
Well, if we could buy our own keelboat and we could start decorating it, and since Destiny sits right on the freaking river.
It's been recently discovered, this thriving waterway. Yeah.
Yeah. The major waterway of this area of the continent.
All right. I'm willing to chip in 30 gold for this, but I'm not going to pay for the whole boat on my own.
I guess I'll chip in like 25.
Okay, so we need 45 more
Alright,
gold.
So that's 55. So we need 45.
I'll chip in 25.
So 1, 2,
25
3,
for max.
4.
We need 20 more.
I'll chip in 20.
All right. Delete that gold from your character sheets. Jack, Jill, and Zen, the players who always complain about not having money, don't pay anything for the boat.
See, I was. Never mind.
Hey,
I'll save that
You-
comp for later.
at least half of the people that paid for this specifically turned down the cash for this request. So you know what?
So he hands back the lock, or he opens up the lockbox. Your name disappears from it, Artie. He hands you back your cash. You pull together the funds and you purchase a large keelboat. And it is nice, long, wide boat. It's got some storage space underneath it. It's got a big mast and a team of oars that you guys can use to power it through.
As the person who put down the most money, I think the right to name it lands on to me. Don't you agree, honey?
No.
Excellent. I shall name it.
No, but I think the name should rhyme.
What
How
about
about
the...
So maybe somebody else should name it.
Oh.
Snap.
What about the quick slip?
No.
Allows us to get away quickly.
No, it's a keel boat. Well, I mean, you wanted to put a donkey on it so bad. So that, wait, I mean, at that rate, we might as well just call it
Why
the
can't a
donkey
keelboat be called the quick slip?
How about we just call it the donkey barge? I mean, we're straight up telling everyone what it is.
Donkey. Rude and crass. We shouldn't name it after my ass.
Well, I mean, now we have to.
Yeah.
Well, so you wanted to name it the Quick Slip, and he wants to name it the Donkey Barge. We could combine those
The slim
and call it the Fast Ass.
The fast ass. I like it.
Fast ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
The mustachioed man walks up with a bottle of port, and he smashes it on the keel of the ship and goes, "I dub thee the Fast Ass."
All ports. What? That's mad.
Hasn't the ship already been, or hasn't the boat already been commissioned?
It has been recommissioned.
We need a new boat
For
right
this
now.
new mission.
We need a new boat that has not been recommissioned right now.
What? No, this is fine.
No,
This
I'm-
is fine.
No, that's some, like, seriously though, don't rename boats.
Why not?
It's bad luck.
So what happens if one country buys another country's boat? Do they keep the name? The United States
No, they
sells
don't, but,
warships all the time.
In old sailor and maritime superstition, you don't rename boats.
All right, guys. Now we have to buy a ballista.
Yeah,
and
why do you think
It
Not
is,
Wing Pirate Edition?
it is very alarming how many boats that have been renamed have been lost.
Isn't it just alarming
Aren't
how many
they all
boats have been lost?
eventually, unless they get turned into like a floating hotel or something?
No, I mean lost as in like lost at sea,
Well-
or something like strange happens, or just
Sailors are a superstitious lot. Let us
Okay.
not give in to these ridiculous thoughts.
Well, Neal, how many times did the Pirate Edition's boat get renamed, and look what happened to them?
Artie has no knowledge of what you call a pirate. Let us get on with this job before something pirate.
So how is there enough space for a ballista on a boat?
Now, Artie, don't get irate.
Maybe the ballista's a little overkill for today's mission.
No.
Once you purchase a boat, you might as well go full out.
Artie.
It's not for defense, it's just to go fishing.
Yeah.
A harpoon gun, then.
Perhaps we should get underway.
All right.
That is what I say.
All right.
With this fine ballista, we could get a great meal. Perhaps a large pike or one of those stinging eels.
No, remember the stinging eels don't come around. We have to.
They did right up to the middle of town.
No. We have to be trying to avoid them, like actively avoiding them for them to get to us. Otherwise, if we're looking for them, they just aren't there. Remember how that works? Oh wait, you weren't here for that. Sorry, Joe.
Anywho, shall we carry on?
All right. So the
Sure.
7 of you, 6 of you
Just get
board
onto
the.
this boat and off of the lawn.
I'm sorry, Rob.
I just like somebody needed to finish Neal's rhymes, so I.
Oh, okay. So the six of you board your brand new keelboat, the Fast Ass, donkey and all, and set forth down the Berg River. Once you make your way out of Berkshire's kind of harbor area, you make really good time on the river. It turns out your keelboat goes 60 feet in terms of speed per round. So you kind of just fly down this river and make really, really good time. The sun is out and the waterways are fairly clear. You see schools of fish kind of running underneath you. The forest whips by. But as you are running along this river, eventually you run into the center, or the conversion of the Berg River and the Chester Creek. And here, where instead of seeing two rivers coming together as you normally would, the boat slows, the current almost stops, as you see this area has been dammed up. And this large kind of pool is forming here. And as you approach, out of the woods step 7 orcs. They are armed in leather armor. Many of them have bows. A quick glance at them, you can tell that they're incredibly agitated. And in fact, they're out in sunlight, which is very rare. What's up, Zen?
Quickly, how are they all on one side?
There are 3 on one side and 4 on the other.
Of the river that we're on right now?
Yes.
And what's the width of the river at this point?
At this point, it is billowing up fast, but it is about, we'll call it 100 feet to go from one end all the way to the other.
Okay.
I told you we could use the ballista.
Yeah.
They draw their weapons, and they're agitated. You can tell there's a lot of... I'm sorry, Zen?
Trying to get a sense of this, you said there's a dam?
Yeah, there's a dam that's coming up. On either side, orcs step out, agitated, bows drawn, red in the eyes, they're scuffling. There's a large fallen lumber in this convergence of the river. It seems as if something has collapsed a bunch of trees into this river and caused like a makeshift dam very recently.
Like a bunch of orcs.
Yes, like a bunch of orcs.
Giant beavers.
Potentially dire beavers, yes.
Dire beavers.
Don't worry, guys. I probably do 3d6 damage to dire beavers.
Ooh.
We're good.
These orcs step out, they draw their bows, and they aim them at you. Standing on this like fallen lumber, you see a very large orc, large protruding tusks, and he barks down at you in an orc at first. Do any of you speak orc?
Well, first heading up there, do we have an anchor?
No. Yes, I do.
Do you have an anchor? Yes, an anchor is part of the purchase of a boat.
Well, let's drop anchor before we like run into the dam.
Ooh, good call.
Yeah, drop the anchor.
All right, you drop anchor, and your speed stops, and you come to rest as this orc barks down at you from the top of the dam.
Let me see. I might speak orc. Let me see.
I do speak orc.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Oh,
So for those of you that do speak orc, what you hear is this large orc shouting down at you. You
Yes, I do.
landlubbers! You come from the cities, yes? Bring me your fairy dust and we'll let you pass.
Does someone want to translate what that big man said? That'd be great. I don't want to be dead.
Apparently they saw the little man, and they think he might be their god,
Oh.
and they want him to go with them.
Well, tell them I'm quite happy here. Do try to bend their ear. I'd rather not go with the big smelly ones.
So,
I'd rather stay here.
It said something about giving him a throne on top of their treasure pile.
But
Yeah.
what if the treasure pile is like a bunch of skulls?
I might be short, but I'm not stupid. You can
So
try to get
when
me
does
in
my
trouble,
web go
but I
off?
will stick on you like. Oh, hold on.
You're right. They didn't say you were their god. They said they wanted our fairy dust.
That also sounds ridiculous.
Not at all. They called us landlubbers, even though we're on a boat, and they want our fairy dust.
Anyone else back up what this man says?
They did. Yes, they want our fairy dust.
Well, if they want fairy dust, I can give them some fairy dust.
As you continue bickering, the orc bellows down again in Orcish, the same thing, and then gets to a broken common after you continue to bicker amongst yourselves. And in his broken common, shouts down much the same. He's like, "You sea folk, fairy dust, ours, not kill."
Okay, I call up in Orcish. Hang on, we're talking to our leprechaun. He's in charge of the fairy dust. We're trying to work this out.
Do it faster!
Okay, I'm gonna
So,
start casting a spell.
Greg?
Yes.
Yeah, at the 4, I cast web.
Okay.
Ah, you're ruining
You
my
cast
spell.
web.
Wait, Max, what are you casting?
I wanted to do a improve Phantasmal Force and show them some fairies with fairy dust.
Okay, so basically you two act. Quickly, a bunch of fairies form above your heads, flying around. This enrages the creatures. Those of you that speak Orc can all hear them yelling, "They have the dust! They have it!" And then Zen just squirts them with web. A large line of web forms on the side with the 4 orcs. They are entrapped in it. They were clearly not expecting to be webbed this day. And are essentially taken out of commission for the time being. That, however, would put us into initiative. Before we roll initiative, Neal, do you want to break here? We'll go over an hour if we combat.
That's fine. Let's break right here.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
All right, we will see you guys on the other side of our break. Bye-bye.